Is the sun shining just a little bit brighter today for you?
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. But, we just got to keep things into perspective. It was a great team win yesterday. We battled back offensively, defensively, and special teams. And, it was much needed. It was a divisional win. And hopefully we can rock this momentum into, the next couple of games. And we're just going to start with next game.
Well, you said last week that you felt like all this team needed was a win, and things can turn around. What was the mood in the locker room like following that win last night?
First thing Josh McDaniels says, no arguing, no screaming, no yelling. And halftime, the first thing Josh McDaniels says to the team is, to the offense is, hey, we're going to win this game. And those words, that statement kind of put everything into perspective and, kind of registered a lot of things in everybody's mind. I know it did for me. And just said, just find a way. Just find a way. Coach Bill always talks about being mentally and physically tough, and that's what it showed last night. He was able to run the football, be physical, be dominant at the point of attack, and we had a couple long drives that we much indeed needed, and we just executed.
Now, Cam, one of the things that you talked about was winning being contagious, and that once you get that first one, then it's a little bit easier to get that second one. I've been in locker rooms before, and I know what that means to a team. Talk a little bit about what the motivation is now for you guys to go out there and get that second one, especially Sunday night against a very good Baltimore Ravens team.
Well, we know who we're playing. We know that they are, great at what they do. And we just got to establish what we do as well. And that's simple and plain.
It looked like maybe last night there were a few times where you may have been hesitant to take a shot downfield. Is it, A, was that the way you were feeling it or not? And B, is that, something that you feel like you need to work on?
I don't understand. What do people want me to do? You just want me to just chuck the ball downfield, just say we did it? I mean, it's funny just to hear the opinions and the synopsis of games, not just, obviously talking to you, but not hear it all the time. I mean, I come home, I look at my phone from family members and say, man, we need to take shots downfield. I say, well, coach calls shots downfield, and if it's not open, you just got to make the right decision. And trust me, I made a pair of mistakes this year already by just chucking it and, saying, God, take over. You know what I mean? And it doesn't fare well, for just a wasteless down. So, coach calls shots. If it's not open, it's my job to make the right decision and just to keep the ball and the offense going in a positive way.
One of the things, and this is kind of interesting, and I think that a lot of people don't know, especially about the quarterback position, is it's always about throwing touchdowns. But isn't it more about winning football games? And if you win a football game and you throw 0 touchdowns or you have 0 interceptions and you're efficient and you move the ball down the field, and whether that's, dinking and dunking or, hitting 50-yarders, isn't that the most important thing for the quarterback position, to be efficient and not make the mistakes regardless of what the stats?
The most important statistic in all of sports is not how many home runs you hit. It's not how many three-pointers you made. It's not how many touchdowns you thrown or ran or how many interceptions you got. The most important statistic in all of sports is winning losses. I don't care how you get it, and people don't care how you muffled it away. So if we can get that week in and week out, I'll take that important statistic over anything else.
I've said this to you since you've been on with us this season, that you're not necessarily familiar with this region and the way the fans here are. So there are some who say this morning, big deal, You guys beat Jets team that is potentially the worst team in the NFL. What do you say about that?
Tough crowd.
It is a tough crowd. Yeah.
Hey, no, but for real, listen, man. Say what you want. This is the NFL, man, and it's just not a movie title. It's literally any given Sunday, and you have to bring your lunch pal each and every day and execute what we did. Now, did we, kind of keep the game relatively close when, in our opinion, we more than we wanted to? Absolutely. But games like, we've been in this year as a team. If you can manage to win those games and find ways to win, it builds character and it builds team chemistry and it builds team confidence. Because, winning 30-8, 30-10, those are great wins. But when you get the 21s, 24s, you start realizing, like, man, we can find a way to win. And unfortunately, this year, we haven't been able to find ways to win the close games. And people can say, whatever they want to say about our opponent that we're playing, but, this is going to come up again. And they got to have a situation in a situation of football where, instead of guys being more tense in close games, we're able to just still stay relaxed and be able to, find ways to win because we've been in these situations so many times this year.
One guy who's consistently been there for, the past 2 years, in my opinion, is Jakobi Meyers, an undrafted guy. So I know the uphill battle it takes when you're in that position. But talk a little bit about what he brings to the field. Everybody knocks his speed, but it seems like the guy gets open, makes the catches, and makes plays.
Yeah, without a doubt. My Germs, that's his name. His nickname, but man, he's just been coming up with so many different ways to get open, and he's just such a humble person, and that could be his gift and his curse. I had a conversation with Jakobi, and I've said it before. I've known Jakobi since he was 16 years old, and the fact that we're on the same NFL team is we know in his family. And his whole role, what happened in North Carolina State and him transitioning positions from quarterback to receiver. I know him playing quarterback for so long, he has an instinct and a knack to know how to get open, to know what the quarterback is thinking. And, I had a conversation with him a couple of weeks ago just saying, like, bro, I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you believe enough in you to know that you could play this game at a high level. And we've all seen in the last, when given an opportunity, what he can do. But, yeah, he's just showing up and proving, who and what he can be for this offense and putting this league on notice.
I feel like, Cam, you came close to getting your block knocked off last night. How are you feeling at one point? How are you feeling physically today?
My neck is only working on a degree angle that shuts off the degrees to one side. So I'm looking. My eye muscles are getting a lot of work in today. But, man, you know what? I told Josh on the sideline, I was like, bro, that's my fault, and I deserved it. But the guy is 15 yards, though, so shoot, it's just the price you got to pay.
It's a trade-off.
Cam, how do you get, guys to, buy into that in that locker room? I know you look at the Patriots, they've always won. They've always been successful. They've always been in a position where they've had a good record, where through the first 8 weeks of the season, they were always above 500. How do you get guys to kind of buy in and saying, all right, even though we're sitting here at 3-5, we still can put this stuff together and make a run?
Honestly, man, bro, we not that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to say, well, we started 1-4 and we finished it being the Super Bowl and this, that, and that. I'm like, bro, and, for me, I'm like, no, this is a different team, different personnel, you know, different. It's different in so many different, ways. I know the standard is always set, and you know, being here can be one thing, but at the end of the day, you have to take it for what it's worth. 2020, 2021, New England Patriots will look much different than what 2003, 2013, 2016, 15. And I'm not in competition with nobody. And I think it's important for people to know, like, bro, like, I understand this is New England. I understand there's a standard, but realistically, this team's destiny has its own fate, and it's not like anything else that has been seen before. So for me, knowing that, I just got to continually to get better. Guys got to continually buy in into the fact that, we have our own sights out to do things that a lot of teams in the past have done, and that's winning the Super Bowl. But in order to win that, you have to just keep getting better in your own way and taking it personal, as a lot of guys have, to, be conscientious of what's at hand. And no matter what our record is, no matter what our opponent is, we have to manage to play our type of game, and we'll be all right.
Because of how important this season is to you personally, does it bother you when some say that the team ought to tank this season?
Who is some? You have to understand. Like, whatever is said on a radio station and social media and comments, I don't hear it. And I think for some things, it's good I don't hear it, and even better things, I don't hear it. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear the success. And just because we won, that doesn't mean I'm turning on First Take or, seeing what you guys are going to say. Listen, for me, I got my blinders on and I'm focused on continually getting better. I took it personal these last couple of weeks, and knowing that, okay, we're close. I understand the routine that has to be put in place for, me to put this team in a position to even have a chance. So for me to be dialed in and locked in, I want, people to see that's in this locker room to show, like, man, he's here working. You ain't got to worry about Cam. I want to get to that point. I need to get to that point, not only for the comfort of my teammates, but for the comfort for me. I know nobody cares when they're getting tired of hearing this offense is tough, man. To hell with that. Now it's time to, do what you got to do to put yourself in a position to win. And that's where I'm at right now. So, whatever a person may say, it's still, I don't care how unrealistic or realistic it may be, their expectations will never match my expectations. So,
But Cam, knowing Bill as you've gotten to know Bill, is he a guy that you can ever imagine tanking a season because of a draft pick?
Hell no. What are we doing? It's a slogan, and it's a iconic, quote that says, "You play to win the game." Like, it's simple. I don't know what. Listen, we're halfway through a season where everything that we want is in front of us. Like, come on now. Like, for us, and I can't speak for nobody else, and I will not speak for nobody else. I only can speak for myself. And I just know that when I said we're close, we're extremely close, and we got to keep, putting great practices that's going to lead to, in-game reality. So, we can be able to be comfortable after games and knowing that we had a great week and we put everything together, and it wasn't perfect. We understand last night wasn't perfect, but we had the opportunities and, we made the most of them.
Cam, the Patriots announced yesterday there won't be any fans in the stadium at Gillette, at least for the rest of the regular season. How disappointing was that news to you, knowing you might not get a chance to play as a member of the Patriots in front of fans at Gillette in person?
Extremely. I'm a energy, vibrant type of person. And I'm not going to sit up here and say some of the outcomes of this year would have been different with fans, because I know I had a couple reasons to have some boo birds, but for a person to understand and to have played this game for so long in one specific environment, you feed off of the energy in the stadium. The momentum has been kind of watered down or lessened for that reason, because when you do score, the energy of the team, you only have to generate it on the sideline. When normally home field advantage is what it says, home field advantage. You know, you start getting the energy of the crowd, and the fans, kind of rejuvenate you in times of that you need to, kind of bounce back. So, it's extremely disappointing, but at the end of the day, it's for a great cause, and knowing that to keep people safe, and I think that's what's most important.
Quarterback question of the week is brought to you by Northeast Men's Health, with offices in Dedham near Legacy Place and in Salem, New Hampshire. Northeast Men's Health, the experts in men's sexual health. Go to northeastmenshealth.com. Cam, you said last week on this show that you had a question for us, which you would only ask after a win. So I feel like right now is the time.
Okay, my question has to be, who is the most, I would say, critical, analytical person who, in essence, is not a Patriots fan on this show? From the comments, from their vibes to, I understand expectations, but, we know deep down inside that person is really not a Patriots fan. I know I'm putting people on the spot.
I think
Curtis.
I think it's Curtis.
Yeah.
I think it's Curtis.
He's a fraud Pats fan.
Yeah. His obsession with Tom Brady has led to a derangement syndrome. Cam.
It's not you, it's me.
It literally is.
It's to a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, say less. Curtis,
Yes,
hopefully
sir.
my boy will be good to go here shortly. Just have faith. Hold on.
Nah, you don't want him to be your boy.
I tell you, I
Don't
know.
get jealous, Wiggs.
Listen, I know you're busy, but what I think you should do, since it's your thing, is somehow we should get you a photo of Curtis. And
disturbing in and of
I
itself.
would like for you to create a nickname, one of your nicknames for Curtis, that we can use on this show going forward. Will you do that for me?
Man, listen, thank you for the opportunity, and I'm going to go down the whole fleet.
Ooh.
And
all of us?
I got you.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I will get a photo. I'll get a photo of everybody to Stacey James, and then next week, we'll get nicknames for everybody.
No, now. You can't just send one photo, because that's just like the person that's on Instagram that's going to send they take 20 pictures to post one. Now you gotta send a photo. You got to send all social media handles,
Okay.
Twitter,
Okay.
Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram. So I have to do my homework and say, okay, this is why I'm calling you what I'm calling you, rather than just going off of one photo.
Right.
I got to do my research. I got to go back in 2013, 14, scroll all the way down, just to really do my homework. And these nicknames is just something that's extremely special to people. They can hold dear to their heart. So I just can't make no rational, name just off of one picture.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you need some background on
Yeah,
everybody.
he's got to do his research, man.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. I love it.
Well, there's plenty of pictures of me down there in Foxborough, so.
Oh, God.
Please. All right. So listen, give yourself the ability here to look ahead to Sunday night, and what you see when it comes to that team, and how important that game is Sunday night.
And it's extremely important. And like I said, we just got to keep building. And, for us to know that, we're in a position where the world will be watching one more time. And that doesn't put nobody in fear, knowing that we have a great opportunity to, get another one. And that's what we're on the chase for. And, if we have that mentality here moving forward, putting a great week of practice together, that will indeed, transition to, in-game success, we'll be good to go.
LeBron James tweeted congratulations at you on the win last night. Are you guys, what's your relationship like with him?
LeBron James is great people for me, him and his whole team. And, the person that I have so much respect for. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Not bad.
All right, Cam.
Bad look.
Well,
Did Curtis tweet? Did Curtis send a tweet?
no, he didn't.
I did not. I'm reserving it for after my nickname.
Nope, he's been talking all morning about how this was a moral defeat, and not even worth mentioning, not even worth discussing. In his
Say less. Well, I'm gonna write that name down and just have it under my T-shirt just for moral support this week. I have to prove Curtis right. I have to convert Curtis. I have to convert Curtis. That's what I'm gonna keep saying to myself all week. So, Kurt Doggy, I'm gonna do my homework and trust and believe.
Don't do too much homework.
Seriously, yeah, don't go too deep, Cam.
There's a lot out there.
That's the wrong road you want to go down,
That's
brother.
a Pandora's box.
Yes.
Yeah, listen.
right.
Well, just give me the keys to the box, and then I'll bring out my own reasoning. So
like-
I appreciate you guys.
Hey, we appreciate you. And it's nice to talk to you every week, but I hope it's not offensive if I say it's better talking to you after a win.
I can say the same.
All right, Cam Newton. Thank you.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a great week now.
You
All
too.
right.
All right, later.
There he is.